So you can say each hour they win coins. But it is now already at the place that the fees are more than the money they win by the coins. So just think of the idea. So if you have free energy or cheap energy, then an investment in the mining will give you just need a source of energy. So all you need. Now the guys say if you cannot get cheap energy under 7 cents today per kilo hour. Now you know what's now a kilo hour. So these two things, if the sun shines and they produce full 500 for an hour, for 7 cents.
Full hour, 7 cents.
But next year it half again. So now they get 6.5 coins. Then they only will give three coins. So if you have not cheap energy, so the main problem the miners have is to get machines. They cannot make enough fast ASIC machines. Understand that? The demand is too clear. So because the simple formulas, if you have energy to be a miner, there's money. And the amount of energy you produce, this is the amount of energy you have. Now surely some business people have also, we can buy too, but if you have $1 million, you can buy a little farm on your farm, put it up. You just need an internet connection, which Starlink now provides for any remote place. So you have your farm in a row, very cheap in a remote place to ground. You put your farm up, and now you can buy your ASIC machines, and then you mine and you connect to the pool. Understand that? So according to how much hash power you give, which are related to how much energy you can produce, you get Bitcoin. Now, the thing is the hash machines you buy in Bitcoin, not in cash or yen or whatsoever. So if you have Bitcoin, you can buy a machine. So say for instance, you get now Bitcoin. You have already, you can buy more machines so that you get more Bitcoin.
Yeah.
You understand that the fees is in Bitcoin you get. So now, so surely somebody with money, this is a good investment, a very good investment to earn money. You just need to put the money out there, and then you have to plan. So for instance, half of the Bitcoins you get in, you buy new machines. Half of the money you can, Bitcoin you can use for whatsoever, you can buy something Bitcoin. And how your farm grow, maybe another 25% you buy extra solar, because for the extra you need some solar system. So you can start a system there that just grow and grow and grow. You understand? Just by an initial investment, if you have a big enough investment, your things can grow. But now, just think a little bit. Now, surely the solar are one way, but to make money out of that, so you must just have a certain amount of money, then it become profitable. you make more money. The miners actually make the most money out of the Bitcoin. So you want to hold it and see if the market go up. It will go now up according to the fiat, because the fiat devaluate. And but just think now. Take the Middle East, they have a lot of oil. And surely they sell it to America, exchange for dollars. So they get dollars for it, and they give oil. But now, surely China have now make a deal that they can get oil from Saudi for yen. Yes, and what currency is very difficult. You see how complex it is to work with the currency. It's just to change silver to gold, something like that. It's very difficult. You need somebody that have a lot of silver and a lot of gold, and then he will exchange for you. But for that service, that he must invest in a lot of gold and have a lot of silver, so that sometimes people give you silver and you have to give them gold, so your gold get less. But sometimes people give you gold and then you give them silver. But you have to have a stack. This is the exchange. So they have to have a lot of Bitcoin, a lot of this for you to exchange it. Mm-hmm. And for that service, they ask you a fee. So this is how the exchanges work. And but think now, the secret. Now, surely Saudi Arabia have a lot of oil, so he minimized the production so that his price go up. But he have a lot of oil. Now, oil is just pure energy. Can you understand it? Mm-hmm. You can turn something into oil. You can burn it, turn something, and then you have electricity. Now, surely the Saudi Arabia produce much more than a kilowatt hour for 3 cents. Surely the Saudi Arabia will put up a big miner. Now can you just understand? Why? Because they have cheap energy. Now you cannot run your miner from the utilities. The energy is too expensive. You won't make money. You will lose money. So the secret is to get cheap energy. This is we have cheap energy. Your mining business can be profitable. You can get real bitcoins. The real bitcoins have value. Mm-hmm. Somebody are prepared to pay you $30,000 for one bitcoin. Okay, so somebody are prepared to give that money to you. So you can now just stake on this one of this pool. Say, for instance, each hour they win. So they have 6 coins. 6 coins is, say, $200,000 each hour. So 24 hours, you can now calculate it. Is now 200 is 2 million, 5. It's about $5 million they make that pool. But that pool, because it's so big, because there are many people over the world that have miners that connect to the pool, and you can easily connect to this pool or to that pool, to that pool. So you produce so much hash power, and you can say, I connect to that pool. So they just over the internet send the problem to everyone, and then one of these will get an average, the answer in an hour. So now each country that has cheap energy can put up a miner. Can you just understand? Surely South African also can put a big miner because they have a lot of energy here. And they have already pointed out 3 places, massive energy, which are not currently utilized. So at the sea of Cape Town, there's a big, they've already know it. So it's a big piece there, the coast of, say, the Cape Town and Namibia. So the Namibia, they have already started drilling because the government said, just don't worry. Here in South Africa, governments don't want to give rights. And the Karoo is like the second biggest gas supply in the world. We know in America's massive gas supplies there, which Biden has stopped. And then we have also here in Transvaal, big oil or gas, in the sand gas. So South Africa energy sources. Now, all right, this is now not solar; it's just still energy we have here in the ground. Now, surely we have also a big country, and it's a sunny country. But you have now to know, if you go now up Namibia, sunshine, it's like a desert. Botswana, just up, it's like half South Africa, Botswana. Surely Rhodesia, all these countries are very sunny shine countries.
Yeah.
Now, it are run by the black governments, but surely all these can become minors. You just need a guy that have money, get okay with the government. Surely the black governments easily give in, and then you can make profit. But what is the advantage of that? Now we know America is controlled, the gas is controlled, heavily controlled. So it's difficult to pass the government. But here in Africa, the government with the money, what they say, all right, we don't have to work, but we have resources here. Pour the money in. It's just like as the Middle East. They have no innovation. The innovation is actually in America, maybe in China. So surely the Chinese want to have a good relationship with us. So in these visions and solutions can get into their country. You must just bring them the solution. They will duplicate the solutions. Okay? A lot of labor force in China, intelligent labor force. Just say, what's the solution? They will copy the solution over and over. Say, just solar panels is the solution. They will copy. They will copy and make it cheaper and better and whatsoever.
Really copy.
You see, the Shanghai Tesla factory produced 20%
So much?
of the total Tesla output now.
Really so much?
Yeah, so surely Musk want to expand it, maybe put another factory in. So we know you put in China a factory, you must just get the things with the government, right? The factory will be successful. Can you understand it? Yeah, just to get the government backing it up. Some things. All right, but the conclusion of this, how more energy we have, two things happened with the energy. Two things with the energy. And this is what you have to tell your mother. Your mother don't realize it. Even she's in the financial things. And the media, which you cannot escape, give you a different picture.
Yes, true.
So, here one of the top financial people, I always listen to him, so it may be a scam or whatsoever. That's not true.
That's what she's saying.
All right, but just think the one fact which I say have told you now.
The news.
Now, what have I told you? So we talk about electricity now. We have no solar and so on. I've just tell you one fact. So see if you can, just by having this fact, make a conclusion of the future. So what have I talked to you? I have said, if you have a solar farm and you can produce energy under 3 cents per kilowatt, so now you know what a kilowatt is now. Your kettle take a kilowatt if it's for an hour on. Now, I've told you now about South Africa, I've told you Botswana, I've told you Namibia, I've told you Zimbabwe, I tell you all these African countries have a lot of sun, and some have a lot of oil resources. Now, what does that say? So just to see if you can, if you hear this, what must you say? You must make a conclusion. This is what you as a financial analyzer must say. Therefore, if you have not a technical feeling, you won't be a good one, a good investor. Because the technology is the future. There's the goal. There you have to invest in. And you have to be an earlier investor. You cannot invest when the things start running. Then it's too late. You know it. When the price is high, then everyone wants to invest.
You have invested me early. You have the early investment. Now I'm in my top. It's too late.
So I will tell you the technical things. You just say, now what if I say now? I've told you a technical thing. All right, I will explain to you, but you have to now think. If I tell you things, you have to come to the conclusions. Okay. All right. Say, for instance, now they already, Saudi Arabia put up their miner. Why would they put up a miner? Because they believe in Bitcoin? No. Because they have cheap energy. Now, currently, for them to get money out of their oil, they have to make a deal with America.
Yes.
Can you understand it? Mm-hmm. And they cannot sell to China. China needs oil. It's a massive country. If you give him oil, why that country will just, if you give them energy, they have not so much energy. They will just rise. They need energy. The energy they put into products. The energy they put in batteries and cars and thousands of computers and computers build things and whatsoever. The energy bring forth all the structures. The AI whatsoever. They need all sorts of energy. But now they must make deals and it's difficult to have the energy but just to trade it. There's a lot of politics. And this one block them and this one put the price up. But they have a lot of energy. And people go over now to solar. So the demand of energy have an influence. Now they will use their energy to put up a miner. So, because they have maybe cheaper energy, maybe 1 cent or less than 1 cent for 1 kilowatt they can produce because they have the energy with them. They don't have to buy it and then put it over or whatsoever. They have the energy with them. So South Africa, all these black countries, not this, all the countries will come, they will put up miners. Now what will that do? Will put the hash rate up because there's no more competition. Our more hash rate is up, our more stable than Bitcoin is, more securities. The measure of the hash rate is the security. How more secure it is, how more people will go for that. You can just say, if you can convince the people that not the US Army can bring the network down, so they have massive computers. And there's so many decentralized, it's not one place. So America cannot just come and attack, say Saudi Arabia. They can, but then here in South Africa, you cannot attack all the countries which have energy. So the energy are spread over the world, and later they will have nuclear energy to have the hash. So if the hash rate go up, the investment in Bitcoin will go up. You cannot just say it. So the only thing people say is, well, say for instance, all the American forces against, you make it illegal and bring the network down. So sure, they can slow it down because America is a big force. But if the hash rate and it is decentralized, let's secure the network. Just that one word. Because what can you secure today? You cannot secure anything. You cannot secure your house or whatsoever. You cannot secure things because somebody with power can just take it from you away. Or by war, or by just buying it. Just printing more money, buy your house. You understand that? So what actually at the end is that the Bitcoin are backed by energy. And anyone that have cheap energy in a remote place or whatsoever must put it now up at any remote place. There's a lot of remote places with a lot of energy. You see, even Iceland, you don't have to dig very far. You get lava, you get heat. So Iceland, you don't have to dig so deep. Even this ice on the top under the ground, not very deep, was very heat. So all these things need a little bit investment in the beginning, but then the moment you start break even, and you can grow. So the hash rate, because of the energy resources, will go higher, and it will decentralize out of from all the centralized control countries or whatsoever. Because now you have no energy in a remote place. You don't have to move it. So just think it. You don't have to have move the oil and refine the oil and then go so many stages before somebody can use it. If you have the energy, you run your miner and you get your Bitcoin just there where you are. So you translate your energy over into money. With your own jurisdiction, your own country's law, you don't have to go from one country and then they don't want it and they block it. Just where you are. If you have energy, you put up your miner, you get Bitcoin. So when the hash rate go up, the security go up. If the money is secure, nobody can compete. Now, what America Reserve Currency, because they have laws, you can sue anybody. They have built for 100 years a legal system around the money. So somebody, they control now something, but you can fight against it. But surely in China you have not a reserve currency because there's no law. There's no justice. The government says not a guy, a business from outside can come and dispute your things. So Russia also now. They have not heavily law system which count for everybody. So anybody can come and sue. So a big business can sue the government. Can stand it. You cannot do it in Russia. Cannot do it in China. The government is so this is a third party risk. So to take away the third party, the law say you can doubt it, you can fight it, you can go against it if you want. So this gives the power on the reserve currency for the dollar. Now there's no other system that's so big law system. This gives security to the dollar. Can you stand there? Now the same with the Bitcoin. If you have the same level of security. So we know China have blocked the Bitcoin. The Bitcoiners have just run to Texas. So the hash rate have fallen a little bit and then it pick up after 2 months. And you know a third of, or maybe more of the miners was in China. The Chinese understand they can make money. They have here and there places of cheap energy in China. So just this, 2 things. You need electricity. You need energy. Now surely you need your battery, you need the whole scenario. If you can produce cheap energy, so surely the energy is for the technology, for ChatGPT, for the AI. The other reason for the energy is to stabilize and decentralize. You see now this is have a decentralized, so there is not one party that can control it. Now surely I was concerned about there's only 5 pools, but it's actually not 5 pools. Even there's no 5 pools and they compete with each other, but there's not 5 entities. that can merge with each other. Because I have my ASIC machines in my garage. I built my whole garage to have ASIC machines. I decided, and I can flip in a few seconds from one pool to another pool. So it's not that a pool, they have a big data center and there's all the ASIC machines. All the ASIC machines are spread through the world. And I can choose, put my hash power in that pool or put it in that pool. I can just switch it just like that. So this is actually really decent. I was a little bit concerned about this pool just get too big. Now you can also say, for my money to buy Bitcoin, I have to have value. I cannot let one pool get too big. So the people will decide it and what pool they want to put it there, because each of the pool has relative the same amount of money to produce. So this is a perfect decentralized system. So actually how it have decentralized, the real machines are all over the world in the guys' garages or whatsoever. Then you must just get a hash answer, that's all. Can stand there. So this is very little information you send and receive. So a very basic internet can fast enough transfer your hash solution for that thing. So actually now you have, say, 1,000 miners, each one run this problem. It's a simple problem, you just need a lot of machines. Now and each one have just, say, his garage full. One will find the answer. The moment he find the answer, he sent, because the speed, the time is now very. They have 10 minutes to run this thing. The one that find one of the 1,000 miners in the garage will find it. It's just a statistic. That's just how it works. So the one that finds it send the answer. Now the probability, there's 1,000. For 1,010 minutes, you will be in a thousand. The probabilities that you will find one. Can you stand there? So this is a parable. It's a really decentralized solution. It can bring. So this is so now I say two things. First, the decentralized factor. How can you decentralize the power? If it's decentralized, it don't depend on one third party that can make the decision. All these miners make the decision. And then the energy to get it is spread over the world. And especially in remote areas which are not controlled by a city governor or by a government, only the centrals are where there's a lot of market and control of a lot of law. Yeah, they're far. Nobody know where you are. Nobody care what you do. Nobody know you are there somewhere in no one man's place. And there's so much no man's places on this earth. And also maybe places of energy. Now surely we know, if you just have a little bit sun, if you take the massive country of Namibia, just here at the top of it's a massive country. Let me say, most of the country is nothing because it's half desert. There's no persons there. Most of the, put your solar things. The ground is, maybe, I don't know who have the ground. So you just need the money to move your solar panel. There's somewhere in the corner of Namibia. You have your electricity, you have your Starlink, and you put up you buy your ASIC machines, and you have a profitable business where there's no market, no people. Normally, if you have a product, you have to sell it, and you have to customers. Here you have already, and the moment how more people do it, how more decentralized the system becomes. How higher the hash rate comes, how more secure it becomes. And there's a limited supply, so your coin will get more and more and more. So just take the engineering logic. Now surely most of the people have not a feeling for the ground, for the engineering. So this is just what are going to happen. It don't matter if they outlaw it. American can outlaw it because they are the one that are going to lose the most. But El Salvador is a sovereign country. They say you can outlaw it, but we can have Bitcoin. There's now already 3 countries that have say we have dollar, but we have also Bitcoin. Now eventually people will say, all right, let's just I trade. You have so much Bitcoin. I trade my cup of tea to you in Bitcoin. So just this fact. Just this fact that you have not somebody that can print money, debase and steal from theft of each one. Now America steal off the whole world because everyone uses dollars, so they print more. Each dollar, so surely China have a lot of dollars because they need dollars to trade. The moment they print, they steal from the Chinese also. From India, from each one that hold dollars. They steal money and they print trillions. Put it in their own pocket, put it in the big businesses' pocket. So indirect come to the Americans, but other people must pay. They steal the money because they need dollars to trade. Now, surely this is a system that is not right. So, and more and more businesses are going to start realizing. You can stand. And if you have no incentives to bring more miners, but it's also according to the energy. So it's actually backed by energy, by all sorts of energy, oil, coal, sunlight, any form, thermal, hydraulic, all forms of energy. And you know we have massive energy. You have not the government that say, all right, we back our currency with oil. No, not something, and then they manipulate it. This is a decentralized, everyone, any country that have a lot of energy can participate in this. And this gives a stable world currency, not controlled by anybody, but by the market. And it's based on energy. It's not based on idea or on software or whatsoever. It's really based on a commodity, which is the most important commodity gold for our future civilization. It's not even like gold will not help our civilization. It's just difficult to get. But here, energy is the source for our ChatGPT. You must just say. And so this is valuable. So if you have cheap energy, you can invest it in 2 things. You can invest it in ChatGPT, or you can invest it in Bitcoin.